I have been seeing this girl for around 9 months now. She's a wonderful person, always been the light of my day. She has her quirks, but everyone does. That's just what makes us who we are. One of her quirks is her sleep texting. I will wake up in the morning to usually 3 or 4 text messages from her. Most of the time it's just a garbled message of autocorrects and letters jumbled into nonsensical words. Most of the time. That was until last night. It was around 3 a.m., I believe, when I was woken by my phone vibrating. I rolled over and picked my phone up to see that I had received a text from my girlfriend. A part of me thought about not even looking at it, and just going back to sleep. The paranoid, anxiety-driven part of me, however, wanted to know if something was wrong. So I opened the text message. It said, "Tom." That was all it said. I found this particularly odd for several reasons. One being that the message made decent sense. I mean, it was my name. However, my girlfriend never calls me Tom. It's always Thomas. My curiosity got the better of me, and I responded. Almost immediately after I sent the text, I received one. Help. The hair stood on the back of my spine. I felt a cold shiver and my stomach tossed. I immediately stood up, got changed, and got into my car. It was only a short drive to her house, but it felt like hours. I decided I would phone her on the way to her house. The line connected. On the other side I couldn't hear anything except for heavy breathing. I said hello several times as panic and fear overtook me. As I said hello for the 4th time, I heard something. I heard the sound of feet shuffling, and then a deep, loud, hysterical laugh. I screamed down the line, demanding to know who had my girlfriend's phone. But it was too late. They hung up just as I arrived at my girlfriend's house. I threw my car into park and ran up her walkway. I unlocked the door quicker than I ever have before. I ran into her room, expecting a horrible scene. What I saw next blew me away. My girlfriend was lying in her bed, sleeping. I slowly walked towards her and woke her up. As she awoke, she was surprised to see me, which I found incredibly odd. I asked her if she was all right, and she responded with a yes in a quiet, annoyed tone. I checked her phone, but there was no record of the text messages or the phone calls. I checked underneath her bed and the rest of the house, but I didn't find anything out of the ordinary. Was I just imagining things? Did I imagine all the text messages and the phone call? Nonetheless, I stayed with my girlfriend for about an hour, who fell back into a deep sleep almost immediately. When my panic and anxiety slowly died down, I stood up from her bed and showed myself out of the house. As I walked down the path, I ran through what had just occurred over and over again in my mind. The drive home still took longer than usual. My mind was still racing over the possible scenarios that could have played out. As I pulled into the driveway, I felt the vibration of my phone in my jean pocket. Fear once again crept up on me as I slid open the message from my girlfriend. "You forgot to check the closet."